Hello, everybody. This is Oro, your coach for the Miami Masterpieces, and welcome to the final battle of the WPF Delta Division. We do have a rematch today against Spider with his Dragapult, King Gambit, Manaphy, Talonflame, Dunsparce, Screamtail, Rotom Mow, Hisuian Avalugg, Okidogi, and Palossand, with King Gambit and Avalugg being able to Terrasilize. Last game that we did battle, we did end up losing very... I want to say it was a very close game. The only thing that really stopped my KOMMO in the end game there was a Hisuian Avalugg was sturdy, but it was a very close game, and I'm hoping that we can have at least another close game today. But I'm pretty confident in this game as I'm talking right now. So to start us off, we do have a weakness policy, Iron Treads, this time. Last time what ended up happening is that he had a Terra Water Hisuian Avalugg that was very difficult for me to break through with any members on my team, because if I were to go into Zapdos, he would just pivot to Dunsparce, and if I were to go to Sinistra, which I didn't have last week, he would probably just go to King Gambit. So I thought it was very hard to justify bringing both members of the team into this, but today I do end up having those. I'm also bringing Electric Terrain and Volt Switch. The idea is that if he hits me with Body Press on my weakness policy and I set up an electric terrain, then I can pivot out with Volt Switch, which has a chance to just OHKO if he isn't sturdy for whatever reason. And even if he is sturdy, we just go into Azumarill, which should be able to tank any hit it really goes for. Earthquake and Heavy Slam are just really good stab moves in this game. I do struggle to hit Talonflame a little bit, but Volt Switch is still going to hurt it. And then everything else tanks a surprising amount of damage, except for literally just Rotom Mow and like Palossand. But I don't think he's going to bring Palossand. The weakness policy increases my damage so high that something like a Heavy Slam will OHKO a max HP to Dunsparce. And even an Earthquake into a Hisuian Avalugg, like if it doesn't Terrasilize, will still do like 80% to it. It's gonna hurt really bad. A Heavy Slam into like Rotom Mow as well still does like 35%. So if I'm at +2, we're still gonna be doing 70. So it does so much damage into his team that I'm hoping that it'll actually like put in a lot of work. It might be hard to set up, but I don't think it'll be that bad. And then we have a Substitute and Encore Azumarill. Last time we led into his Avalugg with Iron Treads. This time I'm hoping that we lead with Azumarill into the Avalugg, and we can set up a substitute, so if he goes for like Stealth Box or something, we have a substitute up and ready. And then if he's still in, we click Liquidation on anything that wants to come in, and then if he switches out, we just click Play Rough immediately afterwards, because there's nothing that should be... I don't think there's anything that can break through the substitute besides Boom Burst on either Dunsparce or Screamtail. Those are the only things that'll be able to like bypass the substitute. And Infiltrator Dragapult, but at the same time I'm a Fairy type, so I'm not worried about Infiltrator. Huge power obviously just increases my damage so high that not a single thing on his team wants to take hits from it. Even Hisuian Avalugg, if it doesn't Terrasilize, it takes more than 50% from a Liquidation. Palossand will drop to any Liquidation. Okidogi is potentially his just best switch into this most of the time. Talonflame can burn me, but it doesn't want to tank the Liquidation either. And then Okidogi will be taking 50% almost every time I hit it with a Play Rough, so it's not a good switch in either way. We also have a Throat Spray, KOMMO-O. Once again, I'm still set that this is probably one of the best sets that I could bring into this matchup. If I get Chip onto absolutely anything, then it'll just clean up absolutely everything. Screamtail, Dunsparce, and Manaphy still take 70-something% at least from a Boom Burst at their max HP. And nothing else will really tank the hits besides King Gambit if it maybe Terrasilizes into like a Steel type, because then it will resist my strongest attacks, but it'll still take weak. I mean, it'll still be weak to the Vacuum Wave, but that might be his best defensive typing. He could go like something to resist the Vacuum Wave if he thinks that that's what I'll bring. In which case he'll at least get like a Sucker Punch off, but I'll still have a +1 defense, so I don't think it'll be that bad. The speed and investment, this is bulk that I just put in actually. It increases my bulk into a Dragapult if it goes for Draco Meteor, and if I'm Terra Normal, it has a chance to knock me out of range for me actually clicking Clangorous Soul because it requires 33% HP. So hopefully that will increase my likelihood of tanking a Draco Meteor. The idea is that if it goes for Dragon Darts and I go Terra Normal, it still won't break through. It still won't do enough damage unless maybe he's banded. That's the only chance that he would have to break through it, which if he is banded, then I have a Azumarill. So I'm hoping that that's something I can play around. But this is just a really good set. It does so much damage. It barely outspeeds a max speed Dragapult, so the only thing that will outspeed me are Scarfmons above base 85. Yeah, I mean, that's anything faster than base 85 with a Scarf will be able to still outspeed this, but that's still very good for me because his highest speed Mons don't typically want to use a Scarf besides Rotom-Mow. And I guess Dragapult could arguably do it. Screamtail might do booster energy, but actually that might be a problem. But we don't have to worry about that right now. We're still bringing the Black Sludge, Water Absorb, Clodsire, Earthquake, and Toxic spikes. This time, not Yawn and Recover. The only thing that wants to really deal with toxics from this would be Kingambit, but it also doesn't want to switch into an Earthquake because it'll still be doing 40-something% every time. I mean, base 75 attack is low, but it's not the worst thing in the world either. The Black Sludge is just good for healing. Water Absorb is so mana if he has to click Ice Beam into Clodsire, and if he doesn't bring Ice Beam, then we just permanently wall that thing. The spikes this time are to give me a lot of value, and I also have a Ghost this time, so Avalugg can't just Rapid Spin on Clodsire. Because I can always switch to Sinistra, which we're going to talk about now. Strength Sap, Machigacha, Shadow Ball, Reflect. Typically in Kingambit matchups, you wouldn't want to run Strength Sap on it because Kingambit learns Defiant. But if he does go for Defiant, he loses a lot of value by not going Supreme Overlord. So I'm hoping that we can still justify using Strength Sap if we see that it isn't Defiant and, like, you know, one Mon's dead, it comes in and it gets a Supreme Overlord boost, then we actually tank one Kowtow Cleave and we can actually recover all our health back with Strength Sap and weaken it at the same time. If it is Defiant, we do have Reflect to weaken it after the first Strength Sap. We'll have our HP back, but it won't be able to break through us either way because one Kowtow Cleave will still live that with a Reflect, and then we'll get a Machigacha off potentially if he doesn't go for Sucker Punch, or we can switch. Heavy Duty Boots are just so that we can tank always one Kowtow Cleave from Kingambit or one Mountain Gale from Hisuian Avalugg if it's max attack, and recover back up with Strength Sap. And finally, we have our Choice Scarf Zapdos once again. This is just because this is my strongest special attacker on my entire team, ignoring Espeon, which I just feel like has a very bad matchup without Terra. It's mainly here to help us break through Hisuian Avalugg because it could be difficult for us to actually do that. And Rotom-Mow as well because we have Heat Wave and Hurricane, which it'll never want to switch into, and that will open up room for Iron Treads to potentially sweep through. But that is going to be the team for quick investment explanations. This is actually just enough to, I believe it's to kill Hisuian Avalugg at +2 with Volt Switch after Rocks if it isn't heavy duty boots for whatever reason, and then the speed is just enough to outspeed Manaphy so that we can still pivot out of it with Volt Switch and go into something like Clodsire or Azumarill. This is just barely faster than max speed to Dunsparce. The rest is put into physical bulk because his special attacker is either neutral a hit or a Rotom-Mow, which I'm actually okay with. I'm never going to want to stay in on Rotom-Mow unless I'm in behind a substitute. And this maximizes my chance of living a Kowtow Cleave through substitute or any attack that Hisuian Avalugg can go for. This is, I just went over this, it's max speed, faster than Dragapult, and then the rest is put into special defense. This is, this investment in the special attack is just like a minimized, it's like a more optimized number that, like, if I were to increase this number, it wouldn't really change so much, so it gives us that extra bulk to really try and match up better into Dragapult. Clodsire is just max special defense. This is barely faster than max speed Kingambit. I don't think they're going to go for max speed to Dunsparce, even though that is what my Azumarill is outpacing. But that is just so... this is faster than min speed to Dunsparce. I'm not going to try and go faster than max speed to Dunsparce. But yeah, this just makes it so that I'm faster than it, so that we can always get 1 strength zap up if it is not defiant. And then Zapdos is barely faster than Rotom Mo, I believe, or a speed tie is with Rotom Mo because I'm not afraid of that speed tie. And I don't think Manaphy is going to go for Scarf either way. So this is why I'm Scarf with max special attack and modest. So yeah, that's going to be the team, and we'll get into the battle right now. Hello everybody, this is Oro, coach of the Miami Masterpieces for the WPF Delta Division. This is the finals match versus Spider that we will be starting very soon. Very nervous, obviously. I've yet to win any finals event ever. So this would be huge for me if I can actually win this. I think it would be super huge for me. I'm so excited if I win this. But I am nervous, so I'm not sure how well this will go. He brought King Gambit this time. He doesn't have the Dunsparce, which was a big problem for me. He doesn't have Manaphy either, which was another thing I was a little nervous about. He hasn't told me his Terras yet. I think... I wish he'd tell me his Terras. Sorry if you're tapping, by the way, that's me. I think Azumarill's probably a very safe lead no matter what he does. King Gambit and Avalugg can't hurt me unless they have a Terra specifically for me. Worst case would be Rotom. But I think no matter what, we can do this. Ghost Gambit, Electric Avalugg. Okay. Interesting. He went Electric for Zapdos, obviously. And he's Ghost on Gambit, which isn't a big deal, actually. That shouldn't be a problem anyways, because it actually just means he's weak to Shadow Balls. I think this is fine. If he does go Avalugg, then we can definitely not stay in on it, because I'm assuming it could have Terra Blast. I don't know how much Iron Treads does to regular Avalugg, because I always assumed he would go either Terra Water or Flying. Or sorry, Terra Water or Fairy. See what he leads. Don't expect Avalugg this time. Eek. That is Avalugg. Okay, that wasn't what he was named last time, that's all. So, we can definitely afford to click Substitute one time here, I think. It would be bad if he was if he Terrastalized and he tried to hit me with a Terra Blast, but we can definitely afford to click Substitute, I think, one time. Because it's hard for him to be faster than me unless he's actually like max possible speed. And if he is max speed, then I know he won't really have the bulk really to kill Iron Treads. And Sinistcha can also just come out if he is faster than me. But it's not a safe move either. I think we do click Substitute once and scout what he's going to do. Ooh, that's actually great for me. So he does not have Terra Blast. I would almost like guarantee he doesn't have Terra Blast. Rotom. Get behind our little Substitute. We can Play Rough one time, because Play Rough hurts this thing bad. It does so much damage to this. Does 70% minimum if he's no bulk. We just click it. There's never a reason to not to. Okay. Discharge. Get a strong Play Rough. As long as we hit, we do. Big damage, so that's definitely offensive. He's leftovers. So he's Nasty Plot. What would I want to go to? Probably Zapdos. Zapdos doesn't get hurt by this thing, like, nearly enough. a Volt Switch is the best move he can do. Oh, he does have Discharge. Discharge hurts a little bit because it's offensive. Clodsire doesn't take a lot, right? Takes 33. We can kind of Toxic Recover on that. We could also go Sinistra, technically. What does he have in the back? How much does Sinistra take? 37 max from a Leaf Storm. I think we can go Sinistra one time. And then see what he goes for. A Discharge pair isn't the worst thing in the world. He definitely didn't switch, because there's no way that Azumarill would somehow be slower than this. I actually don't even think that's possible, even if he's like mid-speed. But I'm kind of curious now, because that'd be funny. He's going to Wisp. That's actually perfect onto Sinistra. I want to click Shadow Ball. Because he goes Gambit. If anything on this. Maybe we can afford to click Reflect once. But getting some chip on Gambit would be nice. Let's click Reflect once to see what he goes for. And like see where he goes. Because he might go Gambit just because it is very free. If he's Covert Cloak or something. He could go Dragapult. On Dragapult, we definitely switch as well. We could probably justify to go Clodsire once on Dragapult, but I don't know. Peregrine. That's Talonflame. Okay. Do we get one Shadow Ball in this, I think? I think so. We get to Scout if he's bulky. The other option would be just go hard Zapdos. Because he doesn't have a ground. And he doesn't even have... I think we go Zapdos once. Or on this. Because if he does U-turn, then we can get Static Chip on it as well. If he stays in, then what does he go for? Wisp? Flare Blitz? I mean, that's going to be Chip. It's going to let me kill with Zapdos. Gonna Taunt, which is perfect into Zapdos because I don't have a single attack or you know. So Volt Switch does have a chance to kill this if it's max HP. At the same time, he could go like Scream Tail or something. I don't think there's any reason that he stays in ever on this, right? There's just never justification for it, so we definitely click Volt Switch here. Because he has to go Rotom if he wants to tank the attack super well. And even Rotom will take 11%. Like, it's just chip, but it's valuable chip either way. He might stay in, but if he does stay in, I don't think we're afraid of that. We can never go Hisuian and Avalugg on Zapdos, ever, right? He does switch though. I'm assuming he's going Scream Tail or Dragapult. Dragapult, okay. We definitely go Azumarill on this, right? It's either Azumarill or KOMMO-O we can go. But no. I think we go Azumarill, because there's no way he stays in, right? Even if he clicks Will-O-Wisp on Azumarill, we remove Dragapult just straight up. He would have to be Substitute. Even if he burns this, I will still be doing 71% minimum to Dragapult, which means you would never be able to switch back out into Yeah, I think Azumarill fine, because if he does want to switch on it, then something will drop, unless it's, you know, Bird. I think we click Play Rough once. If he clicks Substitute, then we click Encore the next turn. But I don't think he will click Substitute. If anything, we could maybe justify even clicking Liquidation, because Liquidation into Play Rough would be a lot of damage. He doesn't have a switch in for either. Let's click Liquidation one time, because it'll still break even like max HP substitutes. And I imagine he switches. To what? I don't know. But I see very little reason for him to stay in. He does go for the Wisp. He is going to miss. That's unfortunate for him. This Liquidation is definitely going to put him into range of any sort of Play Rough. And that's fine. So yeah, we definitely click Liquidation or Play Rough here. We could even justify switching back out to Zapdos maybe. But on a substitute, that would be really bad. So we definitely click Play Rough again. Right? Because I don't think we need this thing to be super, like, to be putting out damage the whole time. As long as it can, you know, take a lot of chip down where it needs to. We could justify going Zapdos, but what's the likelihood that he's going to be sub, you know? It's probably pretty high. And then he can, if I do go Zapdos on a Hurricane, he can just switch to Kingambit or something. It's pretty obvious. So we just click Play Rough. Yeah. He's going to switch anyways. Does he go Talonflame now? Yeah, that's fair. No burn, please. Okay, that's lucky. So we definitely go Zapdos again on this. I forgot about the Reflect. We could justify going KOMMO as well, but because he has sturdy Avalugg still, I don't want to, if I can help it. Let's just go Zapdos. He is going to switch, but that's fine, because it really doesn't matter to me what he goes out into. He's going back out into Hisuian Avalugg. I'm going to hard pivot on this. I'm going to come probably back into... Yeah, because he could have Mirror Coat, which is something I don't want to deal with by any stretch of the imagination. Last time he wasn't max attack, and assuming that's still the case, can Hisuian Avalugg ever take me out with a Mountain Gale? No. Maybe after Burn Chip, but I don't know if I could check that. No, it shouldn't ever kill me. And Sinistcha's kind of lost some of its value a little bit. So I think we can justify going it, at least on the first hit, and seeing what happens. I'm not Volt Switching on this in case it is Mirror Coat. Yeah. Here we can click Machagacha super easily. He's not going to want to stay in on it. In fact, we could justify clicking Shadow Ball maybe? We could click Shadow Ball. And if I do Shadow Ball this, then it will kill me. But it'll also remove its sturdy. It'll kill the Rotom, it'll nuke anything else. We click Shadow Ball here. He's definitely going to click Mirror Coat here. And if he doesn't, then we get... Ooh, if he isn't offensive... Okay, he is offensive. That's fine. That's completely fine. We can go out into... I think Iron Treads here, maybe. How much does Iron Treads do to this? He had to have had some attack investment is the thing. And if he isn't like max defense, he actually drops to this Earthquake potentially. We can also go... Nah, we go Zapdos, right? Because on the Zapdos, if he does Terra Electric with this, then I think Heat Wave will still do enough to kill it. The move there was definitely Quick Reflect, actually. I don't know why I didn't. That's unfortunate. Let's go Zapdos. Actually, even if he does click Terra Electric, Hurricane nukes it. And it'll nuke everything else as well, besides King Gambit, maybe. I don't know how much damage King Gambit will take. But 30% isn't nothing either. Could I click Hurricane and get away with it? I think I can, but I'm going to click Heat Wave just to be safe. On a switch out. Or a Terra. He would need to invest into Spadef to live a Heat Wave. Ooh, okay. This could potentially be bad. If he lives the Heat Wave, it could be bad, but I think he'll drop to it. As long as we hit. Yeah. Oh, that's huge for him. Whew. Whoa. Barely living that. That's crazy, actually. We go Azu on another recover, potentially. Yeah, we click Encore on it. In case he goes for the Terra Electric. Terra Blast. So that we can lock him into recover. Ooh, okay. That's huge for him. Who would he go out into, though? Screamtail? That's the Dragapult again. Oh, sorry, that's not Dragapult. That's Rotom. We are going to go Claude on this one. Because he's healthy enough that I'm kind of, like, nervous to tank a bunch of hits. I mean, we could go KOMMO-O, but he's at max HP is the only thing. Could go Zapdos again, click Volt Switch or something. But Clodsire just seems like the best option. He stays in, so he's definitely going for an attack at least. You're gonna Wisp the Claw, that's fine. I clicked Toxic on this one turn anyways. He doesn't have a Toxic switch in besides Gambit. We could Hard Switch. Maybe we could go Zapdos. No, we click Toxic once. We have a switch in for Gambit in Azu. Why didn't I click Reflect with Sinistcha? That's so stupid of me. Could have even clicked Strength Sap. Like I don't know why I didn't do that. I'm really that could cost me like a lot of this game. Not clicking that there. He goes Gambit, right? Oh, okay. He goes Talonflame. That's fine. I want to get a layer of spikes up. And I'll get that up now, in case the Hisuian Avalugg for some reason isn't banded. Or, Boots, I mean. little reason why he shouldn't be, but... Get one layer of spikes up, see what he does. I mean, yeah, you can click defog or whatever, but that's fine. I don't stress about that. The other thing is you can't click defog right now. He would have to click defog next turn, which is a free Zapdos play and then a free Volt Switch to really anybody. He's gonna blitz me. That crit's kind of bad, but I can actually live another one. So we might click recover one turn, just to see what he does. The Flare Blitz shouldn't be able to kill me. He's just going to take more damage. I actually think if he blitzes me again, the Toxic might take him out, because I have a lot of HP. But I want to click recover once on this to be healthy enough for... Ooh, okay, that's huge. That's very, very good. I forgot he had Taunt. Definitely should have just gone Zapdos there. That's fine as well. I don't go Zapdos, actually. I think I go, Can I go Treads? Maybe I could next turn. We click Earthquake here in case he switches. Because he's going to die to the Toxic or whatever. The Defog. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know what my best switch there would have been. Because obviously I don't want to take chip on KOMMO if I can help it. It's definitely a difficult position there. What would he go? Can't go Screamtail. I doubt it can kill me. He could go Gambit and just click Sucker Punch or something. But he doesn't have to click Sucker Punch. Could go Rotom because it's just immune to everything I want to do. On Rotom, I go Zapdos. And then we Volt into Clodsire on Avalugg. I don't know. Checkmate. That's King Gambit. He was Supreme Overlord. That's unfortunate, man. I could have kept Sinistra around. We go KOMMO, right? How much does KOMMO take from a King Gambit? An Iron Head does under 50, just barely. Could click Earthquake here in case he goes for the Swords Dance. I mean, Claw doesn't have as much value. The spikes would be nice, but I can afford to lose them, I think. Maybe not. What would I set up on, though? I don't know if I'll get another chance. We go Zapdos once, we click Volt Switch, and then we go KOMMO. Because if he does attack Zapdos, then he'll have a Para chance. If he Iron Heads, he doesn't kill me. He's just going to Couch Out. That's fine. He's going to do a lot, but he could get paralyzed, which he doesn't. We go... I think we can go KOMMO-O now, actually. Could go out into Azu, because Azu doesn't take a lot of damage from this either. And then any amount of chip is nice. Depending on what he... I mean, if he goes for Sucker Punch, then we could potentially Encore him into it either, as well. I don't know if he's going to be speedy. Yeah, we could click Sucker... Encore here, I think. Actually, I think we click Play Rough. We just want chip on this. If he goes Rotom as well, we just kill it. Okay, he's gonna stay in. We are faster as well, which is big. And we take 2 Iron Heads. How much does KOMMO take from that Iron Head? Just under 50? Could go Iron Treads as well on the Iron Head. He doesn't take a lot. The Kowtow would suck, because Kowtow into Sucker has a chance to kill. How much does Zapdos take from an Iron Head? Too much. Let's just play rough again. Okay, that's actually a good thing that I did. Going out to Avalugg. We missed. That's unfortunate, but we can sub up and see what he wants to go for. That doesn't break through sub unless it's, it shouldn't just. I just don't think it should ever break through the sub. Yeah. We can Encore this, or we can just get chip on it first. We chip it out first, and then we click Encore next turn. The move is Liquidation as well. Because it doesn't have a chance to miss, it should still kill out Rotom. Has a chance to lower defense, 20%. Oh, he's Rocky Helmet. Okay, that's actually good then. Can we click Encore here? I think so. Yeah, I think we can. Okay, that's unfortunate. Should have just clicked Play Rough or something. He's probably going back out into Rotom. That he is. He might hard switch this time. I actually think there's a reason for us to not switch here. If we do, it's on Zapdos, because the Hisuian Avalugg won't have any HP. Yeah, I think we go Zapdos. Might be KOMMO-O time. Because I'm not physical, so I don't care about the burn. He's not going to do enough damage to me otherwise. He's not Trick. Screamtail, if it isn't, like... Screamtail can't really do a lot to me. Unless it's booster speed, in which case it can encore me into it. I think we go... I think we go KOMMO-O and we hard switch into Clodsire. That or we just click Boom Burst, I'm not really sure. Maybe we go hard Iron Treads on the booster speed. There's no way he stays in. And even if he does, how much does Rotom Mow Leaf Storm at -1 do to Iron Treads? Or -2. It won't even 2-hit KO. Even if, like... I guess if he crits, it would be bad. We go this, because there's no way he stays in. He stays in. It's either that or he's slower than me. Can we click Electric Terrain or Volt Switch? Let's click Volt Switch. I assume he could Leaf Storm me here is the only thing. Yeah, he stays in. Unfortunate, but we could go Clodsire for sure here. And we just click Earthquake here as well. It's either I have a click Recover once or twice. Or we just keep layering spikes so that Screamtail can't be too much of a problem for me. Could go back out into Iron Treads. Because, I mean, I think that might be the move. Because I just don't believe he'll ever stay in. Even if he does, he clicks Leaf Storm. And he does 25, right under 25 to me. At -4. And he does 33 max. Which is a decent amount, but it won't kill Clodsire, so why would he stay in? It's just toxic, and then this thing does have value. Yeah, he swapped this time. What does he go out into? Gambit? Gambarino? We probably click Volt Switch on this. Let's just click Earthquake. There's no harm in it. If he stays in, he dies. If he goes Rotom, then we just go back out into Clodsire. Or even Azu, for that record. I think we go Clodsire here. Clouds are useful. I don't know if it is anymore. It's just so unhealthy. Let's take one Leaf Storm. It's unfortunate. If I had Mega Horn, I killed this thing, so I should have understood that I could have done that. Terra Electric is just not something I expected to come. Okay, that's fine. This Leaf Storm will hurt Cloudsire. It will kill, so it's really just the thing. I think we get spikes up here. We don't worry about like toxic or anything. He's just gonna take me out, yeah. This thing definitely had Will-O-Wisp, right? I remembered seeing it, I think. I mean, it just clicked it on me, actually. We go KOMMO-O, and we click Boom Burst on the Screamtail coming in. Because KOMMO-O should do a lot to this Rotom. Yeah, Boom Burst will do 50. On the Screamtail incoming. I could be playing too safe, but we click Boom Burst here. Depending on what he goes out into is what determines what I do here. Because I imagine he's Booster Screamtail. Yeah. And that was 25. Now we're boosted +1. Terra normal Boom Burst still won't take it out from this range, which sucks. But I also don't think we need any sort of extra boosts to pick off the rest of his team. So I think we can go Azu here. So we can sack it to this. Because we don't want to get encored. Which it would just suck. If he doesn't attack, he does go for Encore or something. He goes for Wish, maybe. We just always click Play Rough. Goes for Psychic, which should take me out, I'm assuming. Does not, but it's not offensive, but we have 2 win cons in the back. One of them never will outspeed Booster Speed Screamtail. So, I mean, neither of them will. So we go into Iron Treads. We click Heavy Slam on the Flamethrower. And then I don't know if he has anything in the back that'll be able to take me out. Or take out KOMMO-O. Because he doesn't have a lot of taunt users, right? No, nothing alive anyways. We click Heavy Slam here. It's the only option that I think we have. If he hard switches, I don't know what he goes out into. Will Dragapult drop to a Heavy Slam? It might. So he can't go out into that. Can't go out into Rotom because of any sacrifices. Booster speed. We just let him hit us once with a Leaf Storm. Not sure what he would go out into. It looks bad for me, but I have two set up win cons right now, so I don't know if it's that bad, actually. He stays in, he's going to drop to the Heavy Slam. Okay, it's huge. Sped F drop doesn't matter. King Gambit might come out now, which we just click Earthquake on. Sorry for being quiet, guys. I'm thinking really hard. I want to win this so bad. So what would he go out into? He could go out into King Gambit, which I just click Earthquake on. Most you would get would be a Sucker Punch, which wouldn't take me out. He could go Avalugg and click Body Press, and I don't believe any set will be able to take me out from where I'm at. Who was that? That's Dragapult. So this we definitely just click Heavy Slam on. I mean, we probably click Earthquake, actually. Electric Terrain, maybe. Yeah, I think we click Electric Terrain, actually. Because yes, he probably wisps me here, which he does hit, but Earthquake should... This will make me faster so that, you know, Dragapult can never... It won't outspeed me at this point. So if it is Substitute, it can't just out-substitute me the whole time. He could click D-Dance, I guess. Which would be... It would suck, but there's not much I can do about that. 2 Earthquakes will take it out. So he would need to be able to kill me as well. Which I don't think Dragapult can do with D-Dance sets right now. Not at the range I'm at. What does he have in the back? We'd probably click Heavy Slams, actually. Just so Rotom can't come in. It doesn't really matter, though. Let's just click Heavy Slam. If I clicked, I'm starting to question, because if I clicked Earthquake, I don't know if it would have been in range for Dragapult, or for either way. I'm burned now, so he could be Flamethrower, which I don't think Flamethrower will kill me, is the thing. So it'll put it into range. That's fine. I wanted the Heavy Slam to get disabled. That's fine. So he's special. That's fine. We click Terra Clanging Scales. Or Terra Clangorous Soul. Because Avalugg has Chip. And nothing should be able to outspeed me. Because I can also click Sucker Punch on... what's his name? I think we have to do that, though. Is the only thing, because of Rotom. It's all up to this. So I'm nervous. I can't really show my excitement right now in case this is the win con. He could burn me, which would be fine. He's gonna Draco. That might hurt a lot more than I think. I think that's out of range. No. Oh my gosh, dude. Are you serious? Come on. That sucks, dude. Are you... Man, come on. I think that was a roll to put me out of range, is the only thing. I guess I get... If he misses, I might still have a chance. I don't know if Rotom can kill me. No. Oh my gosh. That sucks, dude. Dragapult Draco. Oh, come on, game. I think that might be still a roll is the thing. Off of a Draco. Alright guys, we're gonna do us a little bit of a review here. Since this is like my first finals that I've made to in a video, I do want to put out a little bit of something extra for you guys. It's gonna make it a little longer, but you know, I wanted to show off a couple things that I've noticed with this game that are unfortunate, sure, but it just means that, you know, I felt like immediately after I went on a little bit of a tangent, and I thought I played either really poorly or I got really unlucky. And I mean, some of that's true, but I also need to give myself some credit and, you know, say that I played really well in some parts. I do think that, for example, if I can find it, the situation where Zapdos was in on Avalugg, at least the first time, I think it must have been around here. You know, scouting for the Magic Guard was, or the Mirror Coat was really smart of me, I believe. And that's obviously something that I have to give myself some props for. Aside from that, this is one thing that I do want to point out. After the first Shadow Ball and the Mountain Gale, this actually crit me, is what it's going to show up here. Now, I didn't notice this in the video, but if we were to do a little calc here and do Avalugg versus Sinistcha, the max roll that he could possibly hit was a 236 roll. I was at 253. So it never had a chance to kill me. And even further than that, even if he hit me with a max roll, it's a guaranteed 2-hit KO after the reduced burn damage of Heat Proof. So I didn't need to ever worry about that. Like, I felt like in that situation, I should have clicked Reflect. I should have clicked Strength Sap. Now, objectively, what I should have done was click Strength Sap, because I don't think a crit also had a roll to kill me. So, I mean, my best move there was definitely to just click Strength Sap. I got back all of my health from where I was at and reduced his attack, so if he didn't crit me, he couldn't break me either. So that was definitely the move I should have made, but this wasn't a bad idea for me either. Moving on from that, we had this situation here where he terrored his Avalugg. Now, according to Spider himself, his Avalugg lived on approximately 2. So I don't know exactly what he was at, but we know he was below 50 at least. So if we were to just type in 49 or something, find my Zapdos set, and click Heat Wave right here. Now he mustn't have been like what, 194, 5. Maybe he was like 196 at the very most in his HP pool, which meant that I hit one of these two rolls. I had an 87.5% chance to OHKO from that range with the Heat Wave that I did, but he just happened to barely live the Heat Wave on what he said, Spider said, was 2 health. So that's definitely an unfortunate roll that would have helped me out tremendously. It would have meant I wouldn't have had to play so safely with KOMMO in the end game there. Because of the sturdy Avalugg, I could have just gone right into KOMMO at some point and put in a lot of work. I also believe I played a little too safe with the Iron Treads as well, but that's just something that happens, you know. Don't really know where else specifically there would be to talk about here. Now, here, I don't know if clicking Earthquake again was really my best move. I could have gone Azumarill, because this, like, what it really meant, like, what it really did was it forced Rotom in, because Dragapult couldn't come in and click Will-O-Wisp. It probably died to the Play Rough. And Avalugg was still around, but it didn't want to get weakened either, and ignoring that, I could just substitute up on it, click Encore. So that's a little unfortunate here that I stayed in, because it just meant that King Gambit could come in, and I had to take a lot of I took arguably too much damage on Zapdos. I should have just gone Azumarill, but you know, you can't really avoid that. The Rocky Helmet definitely hurt me here as well. I'm not trying to take up all your time, so I'm kind of going through this a little fast. I played very passive with my Iron Treads, because, I mean, yes, it's a resisted hit on the Rotom, but if I ever just decided to click Heavy Slam, it still does 34 min. At certain points, the Rotom wasn't much higher than, like, you know, this amount of HP. I had a pretty decent chance to kill it after leftovers if I wanted to just go for it, and since I was at max HP for a lot of that game, it never killed me with an incoming Leaf Storm either. So I definitely played a little too passive with it then. I was just very singled out on this being weakness policy and like setup, but I had 2 setup sets, so if I could break with one of them, then the next one would hopefully be able to go through a little bit more dangerously. Now the only other things here is I do believe my KOMMO-O, it's not the right set here, because I ended up changing it pretty much last minute to increase my SPDEF, and this meant that the -2 volt switch that he hit me with in the very end game, actually he hit one of these few max rolls with the 27, because it brought me down to 266 HP, I believe. And that meant that this Dragapult that hit me with the Draco here hit me down to 82 from 266. Now if we were to just do, you know, some quick maths on that, what was that? 82 minus 82. He hit 184 with his Dragapult, which, like, it's a higher roll, but I mean, at the same time, it wouldn't have changed too much. My point here is more just that he did have a roll that didn't hit me out into the range for Clangorous Soul to not really heal me up, because, like, you know, 181 would have hit me to 86, 87 for 180, 89. I believe I needed to be at around 96 HP in order to ever click Clangorous Soul. It really just depends on how much damage I was taking every time, because 297 divided by 33, no, sorry, 297 times 33%, right? It's something like that. So I was taking maybe 98 health every time. So I did need to be a little bit higher than this. Like, if assuming, let's just say I was at 98 or something like that, he would have had to hit a pretty low roll, all things considered. Like, it wasn't like a likely event that I was going to be able to Clangorous Soul off of it, but at the same time, 266, like, I was very healthy into this Draco Meteor, and if I did get lucky with my roll, I did win the game. So it's an unfortunate thing that happened there, but I can't really avoid it at the same time. Now this Iron Tread set, in hindsight, right, I believe when I was prepping with the KOMMO-O and all that into this Screamtail that was incoming, I said that it was going to be Encore. Now if you see here, it was not Encore. It was Perish Song into my soundproof KOMMO-O. So it was also not possible for him to click Perish Song into me. Psychic didn't do nearly enough damage to offset anything. Like, I would have been boosted by that point, so this Psychic wouldn't have been doing anything more than 23%. So it wasn't doing enough damage to me, and Encore wasn't a threat. So I could have definitely just clicked this move at any point, and I don't think there was anything he could have done. Like, yeah, you could argue, oh, if I didn't have Vacuum Wave, then, you know, I had to deal with King Gambit doing King Gambit things, but he couldn't tank any of the attacks either. Rotom took too much damage. King Gambit died to the Vacuum Wave. Avalugg died because it wasn't sturdy. You know, like, it not being Encore on the Screamtail was really what got me, because I was playing super passive around it, and there was multiple times with even Iron Treads where if I came in on the Screamtail because I thought it would have been, like, you know, Flamethrower or something, it would have took 25%. I would have set up my electric terrain to get me faster than his entire team. And then, you know, nothing could really come in and tank the hits. Anyways, Dragapult took 40%. Sorry, not 40%. This Dragapult took 50%, you know, so it took far too much damage for it to really be able to do anything back to me. Like, yeah, it could have maybe burned to me the first time, but then it just dropped to the second hit. If he went Avalugg, then yeah, like, its body press wouldn't have taken me out because I was very healthy at this point of the game. I mean, I had max HP still, so it would never have killed me with the body press, and then I would have been +2 attack, and I don't remember what Avalugg was at, but it wasn't very high. You know, it probably took like the 20% something from Azumarill, so this had a chance to just kill it with the Earthquake. It obviously killed the King Gambit. It could have hit Sucker Punch on me, and it, you know, it would have done 40% maybe. Dragapult hurt me still, but it would have been faster. And if he did go Avalugg and click body press on me, then this Earthquake had a chance to just outright kill it. I mean, especially at the HP he was at, it just did die. Clicked Heavy Slam on that so I could avoid the Cursed Body. So I definitely had places to win there. I was in a good position, but I didn't play correctly, and I over-predicted and played overly safe into Screamtail. So this was just me saying that I don't know if you would have heard my little tangent in the end there, but in this little section here, I did go off a little bit and just, you know, I complained, but I did get unlucky a little bit, but at the same time, it was a great game. It just means I played very well. And I can't really be mad about it. So that's all I really wanted to say here. Please hit like and subscribe. I definitely didn't say that in the end there, because I loved this season, and I love using KOMMO and Azumarill and all these guys that I have grown to love over these last few months. And more Draft League will always be on the incoming. We might have a low tier season coming in for the PCPL. I'm not sure if I actually am going to start posting that, but if it does show up, you know that I gave you a little sneak peek into it, I guess. But thank you guys all for watching my run of the WPF. Please hit like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye.